Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so going into the STR Cooler banner, I did only need one more copy, which I was able to pull. So I did rainbow the AGL Metal Cooler. And so I thought we would jump into a stage here just to show off what I consider to be the ultimate Wicked Bloodline team on Global at the moment. Obviously there's a couple of units that are not here that you might think maybe should have made the cut. One noticeable one is probably LR Full Power Frieza, who I don't personally have. Obviously I haven't had a chance to play around with him because I don't have him, but like the normal Full Power Frieza, because he's an over and a flash unit, he's not like the most synergistic with the rest of the team. Plus, I do feel like some of the main rotation units that we do end up running on this team are like just gel with the team a little bit better. So, obviously, you're seeing here the Golden Cooler, who was new to Global with the second coming of the Dragon Ball Heroes banner. He is very, very good on this team, mainly because he is a support unit. Obviously, for him to achieve his full potential, you need to have Dragon Ball Heroes allies, which gives him a bigger attack and defensive buff and gives him the guaranteed additional ability. But he does keep the 30% to attack and defense, like he gets that regardless of allies on the team. So that makes him a very, very good support unit. Like he fits in really well as a main rotation unit on a Heroes team, but on Wicked Bloodline he's a really, really good support unit because 30% is a very good buff. The Wicked Bloodline team not really like swimming in top quality support units, especially because one of their better support units, which is the now Easy Aid Int Metal Cooler, has the same name as the leader. So obviously with STR Cooler's leader skill with the Terrifying Conquerors slash transformation boost, you can make a full Wicked Bloodline team, and then of course bring the Int Metal Cooler, but then of course you still can't use the AGL one, who is a very, very good unit in and of himself. So I did want to bring him on the team. Plus of course, like I said, I did rainbow him, so this is kind of like a showcase for him as well as the team in general. Let's see. Yeah, it's much better to do that. Because also, the thing is, Metal Cooler, the AGL Metal Cooler, if you do want to run a full Wicked Bloodline team, he does actually have a better leader skill than the STR Cooler. Because STR Cooler gives 170% to attack and defense, and then 130% to HP, whereas the AGL Metal Cooler gives 170% to all three. So you get the same attack and defense, but you get a lot more HP. Now, obviously, if you wanted to, like I've said before in previous videos, I do have rainbow ones on my friend list. You could bring AGL Metal Cooler as your leader and then bring an STR Cooler friend, which would still give you a very good spread of stats. You'll just have a little bit less HP. But since your attack and defense won't really be affected, that would be a very strong way to bring this team, especially if you do have like a rainbow friend. Because obviously, as we've seen from some of the previous videos over this last week, the Rainbow STR Cooler is incredibly good. And then, of course, on the team, we do have the only free-to-play unit. We have this Frieza here in the final spot. He is from one of the story events. He's the GT Frieza. Again, he's one of the few good support units that Wicked Bloodline has. 25% attack and defense and 2 key. Plus he does have a little bit of built-in damage reduction. So as you guys know, I've said before many times, I don't really use orbs on free-to-play units unless I consider them to be very good for my sort of top-tier pay-to-play teams. And I do feel like this Frieza is one of them, especially because he has a unique name, being that he's Final Form Frieza brackets GT. So obviously that doesn't stop you from bringing any other Final Form Friezas on the team with you. So very, very good. And obviously we're not going up against a Saiyan enemy, so we did have to wait a little while to transform our STR Cooler, but now we can do that, and now this is what swings the team really into like full force. So obviously, as I've said previously, my cooler is only 55%, but he links obviously incredibly well with the physical Final Form Cooler. Pretty sure they have the exact same link set. So obviously this is a very powerful rotation. And then one of the links they do of course have is the Metamorphosis link, so we do get some free healing here as well. And then of course we got the Metal Cooler on the end here. I did manage to find a rainbow friend as well, so both Metal Coolers are rainbow. And we can see this team absolutely start to go off now. I am very impressed with how good the physical Final Form Cooler still is. Obviously he is one of the 120 leaders. He was the third one to come out. The two Super Saiyan 4s came out at the same time for the... is it 2 year? Yeah, the 2 year anniversary. And then the following Dokkan Fest was physical Final Form Cooler. So considering how old he is, obviously Global coming up on the 5th anniversary very soon. So he's like over 2.5 years old at this point. And still very, very good now under this like decent leader skill from the STR Cooler. Plus, of course, STR Cooler himself not just being the leader of this team, but like being the perfect link partner for him. So if they do ever get around to easy-aing the 120 leads, which is probably something that will happen in the future, there's so many other units I think that need it that we probably won't see that until maybe at least the 6th year for the 120s to start getting easy A's. But when that physical Cooler gets an easy A, on this team linked up with STR Cooler, he is going to be an absolute beast. So I am very much looking forward to that, to be honest. So let's see how he does here. We got a support unit on the rotation, so let's do this. I mean, he has 93,000 defense, which is pretty good. We'll give you these. Oh, he's going to get the Dokkan attack. So yeah, let's see. Obviously, we know STR Cooler's good. He's going to get a guaranteed crit against Vegeta here. But let's see. I mean, 4,000 damage, pretty decent. We know that Vegeta at this point in this event can actually deal some reasonable damage. So that's really not bad at all. And we got a nice slow Dokkan mode here. So let's see what we can get out of our physical Final Form Cooler here. So 1.85 million attack stat. Obviously, his attack stat never going to reach the sort of crazy levels of units that we are used to getting now. But still very solid. And then, of course, he is one of those units that comes with the bonus feature of the built-in additional. So we get that additional attack there. And then, of course, STR Cooler now going to go off, get his guaranteed crit. I will never get sick of seeing this super attack animation. It's so good. So, yeah, see, he's taken quite a bit because of the type disadvantage. But there you go. And then our Int Freezer, yeah, see, he takes a bit of damage. But, of course, as a support unit, I did give him plenty of dodge. So, he is all good there as well. No super for Tech Golden Freezer. Not the end of the world, I suppose. And then, of course, all the damage that we took from the type disadvantage attacks on STR Cooler there wiped away thanks to the Dokkan attack. And then he decides to super attack Golden Freezer with type disadvantage. So, but yeah, so obviously, like in Dokkan, Saiyan units and Saiyan Dokkan Fests are always like the crazy popular ones that bring in tons of attention, bring in like top grossing, all that sort of crazy stuff. We did, of course, get top grossing for STR Cooler thanks to our boys over in Luxembourg keeping the dream alive. We got 7 stones. I made a tweet about it which actually kind of blew up. I think it's like my most liked tweet at this point. But like, it's funny to me that so many people were quick to complain about only getting 7 stones when for the last like 2 weeks almost everybody in the community has been going on about how they're not going to summon for Cooler. It's like, okay, I mean, if you're going to skip the banner and you're going to tell everybody else to skip the banner, you can't then really complain when we don't get top grossing rewards. But there you go. So, but we got a little bit better than nothing. Obviously not enough to reimburse those of us who went in as deep as we did. It took me 950 stones to get 1 copy of STR Cooler. I know Goresh, his video was an absolute nightmare. He had to go over 2,000 stones just to get 1 copy. So I was prepared to go in. I think I was talking about it before the banner dropped. It was either 1,000 stones or 2 dupes, whichever came first. me hopelessly optimistic, hoping I was going to pull 2 dupes before I actually used 1,000 stones, and then I could just dip. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Did manage to get the 1 copy though, so at least we do have him. But yeah, it was not a great banner for me and for quite a few others. So if you did manage to pull him, definitely consider yourself very lucky. Now, obviously, the other thing about AGL Metal Cooler is he does have the giant form, which we have not seen in this video yet. Obviously, as we get through to these later stages, we are going to start taking a bit more damage. So I would kind of like to see the giant form here, just so we can see the sort of damage that he does in that form when rainbow. But obviously, Cooler just going to go off here. He's got the type advantage as well, so absolutely laying waste to Super Trunks here. And physical Cooler should finish him off. Yeah, especially if he crits for over 1.2 million. So we definitely take those. Goku. Okay, so I mean, this is not a rotation where we are really going to take a lot of damage either, unfortunately. So let's do this. But yeah, I mean, this team holding up very, very well. We have obviously not had to use a single item. We have about 440,000 HP, which is pretty good. This Goku can dodge, but he failed. So Metal Cooler, yeah, nice million damage, not bad. He does also lower defense. And then, of course, anytime he gets hit, he will heal you a little bit at the end of the turn. So, again, this team, very, very good at surviving. I mean, Easy A Golden Frieza, obviously one of the best defensive units in the game. Metal Cooler, very good. Obviously, this far into the event, we can't actually lower attack, but he does lower attack with his super, which is super useful for things like Super Battle Road. And then, yeah, that healing built in as well. And then, of course, we don't really need to say much more about STR Cooler. We've all seen the sort of crazy shenanigans that he gets up to in these last few videos. So let's see if we can... I don't want the video to be too long. I would like to transform. I guess I could have put physical Cooler in the first slot, but I was worried about this happening. So it happened to this Cooler, so that's actually fine. Actually, I think this should put us below 50%, actually, because physical Cooler is definitely going to take like 50k. So maybe even more. Of course, STR Cooler. Okay, good. I was gonna say I kind of didn't want him to get the additional, but he did dodge that, so that's fine. And then physical Cooler, I think even with a crit here, yeah, he doesn't take him out. He's gonna get an additional though. Is he gonna crit? Or is he just? Are we gonna get? I guess it doesn't matter because we go on to Gohan still on the low health. So actually, I was gonna say it'd be kind of good if Frieza did finish him off here, but. Because unfortunately, this means that Cooler's basically just going to take him out with one attack, and then we go on to Gohan, and we are not transformed anymore. And we can't even get a super. So, I really wanted him to transform so I could see what kind of attack stat he would get. But of course, this is the problem with giant form units. Maybe he'll dodge both of the normal attacks. No, okay. So, unfortunately, that wastes the giant form transformation because now we go on to... Oh, excellent. We had the friend on the rotation. Perfect. Oh, look at that. How's that for timing? So, the friend Cooler floated in. Perfect timing. Even with orbs to super as well. So, look at that. We went from despair to success in the space of 30 seconds. So let's see, what is he going to do here as Metal Cooler? Obviously the Giant Ape unit's not the best when it comes to damage output, but 1.64. I mean, that's pretty decent considering you get basically at least two, because it can sometimes be 3. You get at least 2 turns of free damage. Breaking the 1.6 mil attack stat is actually pretty decent, considering Gohan has reasonable defense as well. So we are going to do a couple of bars of damage to him here. So I think that's actually pretty good. So Metal Cooler, very, very good unit. I had him at 90% for quite a while, but I, sort of stayed away from chasing that last dupe because I knew I was going to be going in for STR Cooler and that he was going to be on his banner. So very glad to have him rainbow now. He's very, very good. Even if I run like the STR cooler team, I do like to bring this guy. He's a very cool unit. I love his super attack animation, and then the transformation is just the icing on the cake. So let me know what you think of AGL Metal Cooler down below. Have you finally gotten him rainbow? Do you have dupes? Just let me know your experience overall. He's a very, very good unit for Super Battle Road. I know a lot of people have used him to help get through the giant form Super Battle Road. So he's very, very good. I mean, look, this one transformation, we managed to get consistent super attacks aside from this final attack here. And we did over half of Gohan's health. And considering he's the second to last enemy on this Infinite Dragon Ball History stage, that is actually very, very good. So there you go. So that is going to be it for this team. I'm not going to go all the way through to the end. We are quite close to the end of the event, but it's going to take a while to get through this guy and the Int Gohan. So there you go. So that is the Wicked Bloodline team. Is this the best Wicked Bloodline team on Global? You let me know what you think down in the comments. Who would you change? Who do you think is missing? Let me know down below. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.